Remember, knowledge, it ain't free. You got to pay attention and don't believe the hype.
For over 150 years, the Kentucky Derby has stood as the most enduring tradition in American sports. And in our time, one stallion is reshaping its legacy. Back-to-back Derby winners. His first son at stud siring another. A dynasty in motion. A motion that again has forward momentum toward Louisville, with another elite crop of 3-year-olds bearing his genes. Spendthrift Farm, home of Into Mischief.
Remember, there are reasons that only very few people beat this game. Many reasons for that. One is you have to go against human nature and be willing to cash less tickets to win more money. You can't use everybody and their sister. You can't bet every race. You can't bet every track. You can't go after everything all over the place. You got to manage your money and pick your spots or you will get devoured.
In the Kentucky Derby.
For some, they say it's the most exciting 2 minutes in sports. For us, it's about potential financial opportunities. Never bring a knife to a gunfight, and make no mistake, big money is up for grabs and this is a fight. Never settle for second best. The Past the Wire annual Kentucky Derby seminar. Nobody does it better. Preparation is key. Be better prepared, delve deeper, stealth. They won't see us coming and they won't know we're there. Money management, ticket structure, pace, all the intangibles, thoroughgraph, everything that matters to make it count, to have that edge. In the end, if things go as planned, it'll be like we stole the money. There's a lot of ways to handicap a horse race and a lot of ways to bet on it. But nobody that I know does it like Giosetti and his full card, precise order handicap. Every horse in the race gets a predicted order of finish like only Gio can do, way beyond a deep dive, available exclusively on select days at Past the Wire. This is important, so you're going to want to remember it. If you're a cat and you want to become a lion, you're going to have to lose your taste for rats.
Hey, Sure Bet Coffee. Put that giddy up in your cup. That giddy up in your cup. Sure Bet Coffee. Giddy up, giddy up, giddy up, giddy up.
Well, hello everyone. Here we are with the show still on the road for the Derby. Last weekend we had that Arkansas Derby that we tried to hit a pick 5 there, and we came up short because we did single in that Arkansas Derby. And when we singled in the Arkansas Derby last week, it just didn't turn out to be the way we wanted it. Even though Cornucopian did run, in my opinion, did run a decent race, but just that there was too much pressure there. So that's how it ends up. So, but we had you have to single somewhere, you have to make a stance somewhere, and that's what we did last week. But overall, the day at the track, it was pretty chalky. We did hit some exactas and stuff, but nothing to, those things, those prices were nothing to super brag about. We're going to try to hit a pick 5 here on Bluegrass Day. Now, news out there that Keeneland has moved Fridays and Saturdays races to Monday and Tuesday. So that means the Bluegrass will be run on Tuesday, but I'm still going to do the show for Tuesday for the Bluegrass. We have the other preps for the Derby. We have the Wood, and that race overall looks pretty good. Looks like a really tough race. There's a couple horses I do like in there. If you want the full card, always shoot me an email. Right here at charlesthepastthewire.com. But in the Wood, I do like Hill Road, McPhee, Omaha, and then Captain Cook, pretty much in that order. I think it's a very, very good race. Hopefully that will produce some super contender there. But that's how I see that race overall. Then you got the Santa Anita Derby. I think the best horse might not win. The best horse might not win in that race, which is Journalism, in my opinion. Journalism is in that race. He did get the rail, but there's Bafford's 2 horses are the speed. Both of them speed. One's going to go out there, and the other one's going to sit a nice tracking trip. So I think Citizen Bull probably has the best chance of winning that race. But Journalism doesn't really have to win that race to still be, one of my favorites, probably the favorite for me for the Derby. But we'll see how that turns out. As long as the horse runs a good race, comes out clean, that's all I care about right now at this point for Journalism. There is some horses in there that do have to, are in some of these races, have to win, just like in the Wood, you need, I believe Hill Road and McPhee both have to win. Even Omaha has to win. I don't know if Captain Cook that probably doesn't have to win, but he, has to be right. He has to pick a piece of the check. Then you got a couple others in there, Rodriguez, my multi, a couple of those will have to win to get into the Derby. But we're going to talk about Keeneland. Like I said, they will be running this race, actually the whole race card on Tuesday. So we're going to have plenty of time for you guys to absorb this. So the show will be out there for a little while for this. And now remember, we got a lot of rain here in Kentucky for those days. That's why they're canceling it. So on Monday, if you're going to look at those races Monday, be a little aware if they do let them go on the turf for Monday. It's going to be probably a little on the yielding side, and maybe Tuesday might still be on a little yielding side. So check that out. Remember that. Remember in Keeneland, there's a couple of ways of betting horses there. Front runners or stalkers do much better than come from behinders at Keeneland. Santa Anita turf runners usually do not do well at Keeneland. Gulfstream turf runners do well at Keeneland. Tampa Bay runners and Turfway runners do pretty well at Keeneland overall. And of course, when it comes to the babies running, they're 4.5 furlongs. Leslie Ward, he's going to be short price every time, and he's probably the trainer to bet on when it comes to that. When it comes to jockeys, there's plenty of jockeys know how to win there. There's not really a favorite jockey overall. Probably the one the most overlooked is Luis Saez, but he's always overlooked everywhere he goes. But that's what we're going to do. So let's tackle this card. We're going to do the 2 races like we normally do for our pick 5. So we're going to go our first race. We're going to hit the 9th, which I think it's a very tough race overall. And my screen, there it is. Okay. There we go. So in the 9th race, it is a 5.5 furlong on the turf. So just pay attention to how that turf is running there. So let's start with the 1 horse. This course, remember, this is a sprint, so you're going to see a lot of speed in this race. This horse last time out, the last ran, try to go wire to wire. Johnny Velasquez jumping aboard. The last time the horse ran at 5.5, which was 2 races back. Kind of did a little bit of a closing style, but this is more of a stalker pressure type of horse. Pulled away at the end there, and even at the 6 furlongs pulled away. So this horse does need that for sure, 5.5. I don't think this is going to be your leader. This one's not going to come from the clouds either. So this might be one of your stalking horses that, like I said, check that out. The trainer's been doing really well in the last 30 days, 28% plus 45 ROI. The jockey and trainer together, ROI is a plus 168. You kind of really got to like that a lot. For me in this race, man, even though I think this race is a little bit wide open, I'm going to look elsewhere. But I can't fault you for actually choosing this horse. But the horse does have some kind of a talent there, stalking type of talent. But I'm going to take a pass on this horse. The 2. Another one here. This one last time out just pretty much ran even all the way around at 5 furlongs. The time before that did win at 5.5. Time before that just lost by a head with Luis Saez aboard on both of those. It's interesting. This horse has got some very good talent. More of a stalker, again, a pace horse. Could do some damage, but for me, I would say more on the bottom side of exotics. This horse is the Raceland's Angle. Horse ships on the track and wins at multiple circuits. Beaten favorite, jockey switch, goes back to Luis Saez from Ortiz. So nothing super, there on that when it comes to exciting and new. Distance on the surface. The trainer does a plus 26 ROI, so he knows how to get him ready for this type of race, a sprint on the turf. So I think, for me, it's more on the bottom side, and just take a look at that. The horse is also entered on the 8th at Keeneland, so might not be running in this race. For me, it would be on the bottom side of my exotic. Excuse me. Now, the 3. A little bit of a closer, but probably could sit there in the catbird seat, I would think, probably 4th or 5th, not too far off of them, and make one big run at them. But he's going to have to, like I said, they're going to have to pick up the pace. This horse has to pick up the pace going around the turn for home, because if you're not moving, you're not going to do much there at the end. You got Irad aboard, which is, as we all know, that's a plus. This horse has the talent. Once again, probably bottom side of the exotics, but definitely I would not be super shocked if this horse jumped up and won. But it has to make the right move at the right time, which is basically on the last half of that turn for home. He's going to have to start really moving it and picking it up. This jockey trainer combo plus 47% ROI. Yeah, it's pretty daggone good. So, and Raceland's Angles, it's another one that ships in very well at multiple tracks. Horse for the course. Yes, I see that. Even though this horse has not won in the last 2 or 3, actually 4 races or so, the horse could do some damage. I mean, he's right there every time in some graded 1, graded 2s. So don't count him out 100%, but I would say bottom side. And then the 4. This horse was in France, running there. Not much to go off of. It's very hard to get even the video of those. So I just go off of the trainer, which it has no starts here. That's hard. So now I go to my next angle, look at workouts, and at least see how the horse strides and anything like that. Couldn't find any workouts. So this is my unknown horse. I say if the horse looks good on the track, throw him in your exotics. If a little washed out or something like that, maybe sit back and watch this horse run. But I have to admit, I have not much information. I tried to find it, and I could not do that. The 5. Now here's one of them that will pressure the leader, or could even see itself on the lead, but more or less it's going to be pressuring the leader, I believe. Steve and Jose Ortiz, what a combo. That's a nice combo, in my opinion. 32% wins, which is very good. I just think this horse is going to be sitting second for sure, maybe first out there, but this horse has got that talent to take over the race at 5.5. Now, here's the big deal. Here's the big what's going on. No turf races so far. This is the first time on turf. The unknown, right? But he's from Justified, out of a Candy Ride mare. I think we're going to be fine. Steve wouldn't put him in there if he didn't think he had a shot at that on the turf. Been working pretty steady at Churchill Downs and stuff like that. So, I mean, I think we're fine on this horse. I think this is one of those horses that you have to put in. Most likely, like your pick 5, pick 4s. They have this. What we're doing is the all stakes pick 5, but they also have an all stakes pick 4. You want to check that out. Definitely has some talent there, and I would not be surprised if this one jumped up. Talking about jumping up, here's another one that's very talented. Going to be very hard to beat. Might be the leader, Pressure Horse, another one with tons of speed. Wesley Ward with an older horse. Wesley Ward, like I said, is known for the babies, but he keeps those sprinters going. Does early speed, then tired last time, and then beaten favorite as a jockey switch. Okay, so you have that going for this horse. When it comes to an angle, definitely a player, major player. I wouldn't leave this horse out at all. As you see, those last couple of races, been right there knocking on the door in this grade 3, the Green Flash handicap at Del Mar. Look how this horse ran, just lost by 3/4 of a length. Very nice. So just take a good look at it, because I would not leave this horse off my ticket at all. 7. Now, this is definitely come from behind her, in my opinion. Last time did come from behind on 5 furlongs, which is very amazing at 5 furlongs. But when he goes even longer, he doesn't do that well. So is 5.5 right? I have no idea. But this horse is not for my money today on this race. I'm just going to watch this one. The 8. Another one that's kind of the stalker type. Who's going to get the lead of all these stalkers? I don't know. The horse has been doing everything right. Brian Hernandez is taking over again. He didn't ride the horse last time out, which was a win. So at 5.5 on the main track, but does great on the turf. Looks good there. The distance is no problem for this horse. 20-1. You gotta like that. So this is a player. I don't know about a major player, but this one's definitely a player. Look out for this horse, especially on the bottom side of your exotics. And if you put him in a pick 4, pick 5, that's the reason right there. That 20-1 will help out on that. Brittany Russell is the trainer. She does very well. She gets 98% plus in the ROI with this jock. So there's a lot of great things to look like about this horse. We got the 9. This horse, look at this last time out. I mean, kind of ran pretty even overall, kind of gave away right at the end. And then you watch the race before that, kind of pretty even. Now, remember what I told you. Turfway Park, those horses do well at Keeneland. So this horse does okay on turf. So the horse is the turf runner too. So we don't have a problem there. this is a good player, but once again, this for me. I'm going to take a seat back on this horse. I'm just going to watch this one for today, but definitely has some lookout. And I know, I mean, you can't always use every rule, like I said, Turf Paradise, but I'm not Turf Paradise, Turfway Park, excuse me. But for me, here's one of the horses to beat right here, the 10. Horse has got tons of speed. Dale Romans is there training. Last 3 days, he's picked it up as a trainer, 25%. Went wire to wire last 2 times out at both at 5 furlongs. I know this is 5.5. I get it, but this one really has the speed. I think this horse is going in the right direction. The form of this horse is perfect. This horse is coming from Gulfstream Park on the turf going to Keeneland. And remember, I said Gulfstream Park turf relates very well to the Keeneland turf. So they come up here and they do a very good job. Into Mischief, into Distorted Humor, mare. If anybody knows anything about breeding, that's a combo that you definitely want. Into Mischief, into Distorted Humor, a mare. This horse has got tons of speed. Mario does a really good job riding. Last 30 days, he's got 25% wins. Okay, doesn't ride a lot, but he does very good. Here we go. Here's his race. Here's where he's going to, get all the lunch money type of thing. Horse won last race as a favorite. Horse ships well in a different track. So this is definitely one of them to beat. There is others in here that can't beat him. But for me, I think this is the top one. But there's a couple more. The 11. This is another one that comes from behind. I just think just the running style alone is going to take him out of this race. All those stalkers and that speed horse, the 10. They're all going to be up there running and gunning and pretty good. They're going to have a great opportunity to turn the foot especially around the turn for home. So this one's going to have to be up against it a little bit. For me, I'm going to take a pass on this horse. Even though it's nicely bred and everything, I'm actually surprised this horse cannot go any longer than 7 furlongs. When it did go a mile and was it 1/8, didn't do well because he's bred to take speed of distance, and it just didn't look good in that one race. But then it was one race. We'll see. But that's how I see that race. When we go looking at the race itself. Now we're going to go and see what Raceland how they think this race is going to pan out when it comes to from the start to the finish. Here we go. Remember, it's on turf. Let's go and look at my win adjustment probable factors. That's on that. Okay, let's go to the 9th race. It would help if I went on the right race. 9th race. Here we go. So they got 4, 1, 2, 3, 10. I got 10, 6, 5, 8. So that just shows you how, wide open I think. Look at this beginning of the race, early part of the race. The 1, the 6, the 9, the 10. And you even could look at these next 3, the 2, 3, 5. They all have the rights to all be right there and up in that front. In the middle of the race, they're saying it's going to be the 6, 10. I agree with the 10. I don't know about the 6 as much, but 6 will be pretty close. 1, 2, 3, 9 is right there. So it's still those 6 horses. Interesting. And then at the end, they see it 4, 1, 2, 3, 10. So they think the come from behinders are going to come and win this race. This is what I have for the factors. On turf at Keeneland, I have speed, class, and form all at 4. Then the distance, jockey, trainer all at 3. Pace, trainer, track at 4. And then angles 3. And then track condition of 4. Why the track condition's a little higher here is that this track can do a little yielding and stuff are a good turf. And some horses don't like that, and you got to pay attention to that. Here's the probable odds. What's good odds? So they're saying the one is supposed to be 7-2, and you got 6-1 morning line. That's not bad. Same thing with the 4, 7-2, 5-1, not bad. And then the 6, 10-1, and it's 12-1. I think the 6 is going to be a little less than 10-1. I think it's going to be more like 8. My opinion. It's going to be a pretty balanced race. I think they kind of have it here on the morning line. The favorites, 4-1 or somewhere in there. I think the favorite will be right around 3-1. I really do. So you're going to have a good betting race here. It's that's why I think you should spread out a little bit, especially if you're playing pick 4, pick 5s, because it's going to make it really interesting for the payout on that ticket. Now, remember, if you got any questions or anything about claiming horses, buying horses, or anything like breeding, just shoot me an email. Charles at Pass the Wire. If you have questions, even about who I like in the whole card at Aqueduct or whatever, just shoot me an email. Everyone that does, they know that I get back to them pretty quick overall. And of course, I want to thank Grace Lens for all the tools that we have here for this show. And then we have, all our other sponsors that we have there. And of course, remember, we are on the road to the Derby. So pay attention to all these shows. So you probably really want to hit that subscribe button right down below there. Hit that little bell so you'll get all of our shows. Like I've always said, and I think you guys all must agree, everybody just wants to see my pretty face out there on every show. And so you can at least get every alert there. But you can also get John, Gio, and even Jim on his shows. So let's go back and let's now hit the main one for Keeneland, which will be Tuesday. This will be the Bluegrass. And here we go. All right. River Thymes, that horse last time out, look at this, what this horse, last time out, this horse really impressed me a lot. Sat there with the speed, with the Nikos, and which Nikos came back, and even in this last race, the Florida Derby and stuff, did very well, once again, hung in there, was fighting with that lead all the time. So everybody in that race that came out of that Fountain of Youth kind of did pretty good overall still, and again in the Florida Derby. So I see this horse really stepping up here. I think this is going to be an extremely tough horse to beat, especially with this running style. He doesn't have to have the lead. I think he probably could get the lead. If he doesn't, I don't think it's going to be a big worry. He can sit close enough and keep up with whoever it is, which might be another horse here I'll talk about a little bit later. But this horse, I think, is very tough. I don't know how many points this horse needs to get into Derby, but a win would definitely put him in there. Irad's aboard. Pletcher, Velasquez is off. So, we got a little jockey switch here. So I think this is the horse to beat. Look out for that. The 2, Render Judgment. McPeak. He's got Russell riding this horse. Last time Russell rode the horse, finished second. Kind of ran pretty much even, third, second. Kind of started losing ground a little bit at the end there on that race. I believe that this horse needs to really pick up the pace. This horse is really going to have to do a little bit more to get into that Derby. For one thing, he has to win this race. Second thing is this horse really needs to just pick up the pace and just to keep up with some of the other horses that are going to be in the race no matter what, like a Journalism and even a Citizen Bull. Horses like that, you got to have to participate with some decent, talent. So you better pick up the pace here. So for me, I'm taking a pass on the 2. Burnham Square. Everyone's on this horse. There's a lot of people that like this horse a lot. This horse is on the edge. of getting into the Derby. The horse probably doesn't have to win. Could finish second or third. Probably might get in. But for me, I think this horse needs to show a little bit more improvement. I think this horse needs to win because he came out of that Holy Bull. He looked okay for me, but there's some people that didn't like it at all and some people that loved it. So I'm one of the ones that said, it was okay. Raceland's Angles, beaten favorite, jockey switch. That's a nice success rate of 26%. Did come out of that Fountain of Youth. Did finish fourth in there, but I do think the top three finishers in there was much better than this horse. So even though, yeah, of course you would say that if they finish ahead of him, but there's times a horse doesn't have to win and you can still say that's the best horse. And we could say that probably going on for Santa Anita this weekend. Like I said, I like journalism. I think he's the best horse, but I don't think the race is setting up for him overall. If he wins, then boy, he's even better horse than I am even giving him credit for. So with that, that's what I mean by sometimes the best horse doesn't always win. Now, Owen Almighty, this is the horse that's probably going to be the main speed. Definitely he's got some talent. Definitely could go to wire. In my opinion, he's definitely a player, but I don't think he's the major player. I think, and like I said, the one horse is the major player, and there's another major player. But this one, I would definitely not throw this horse out if you're playing some exotics or if you really like this horse so much, I don't want to talk you off of it because this horse does have the chance of going wire to wire. This is another horse I don't think needs to win. I think just as long as he does a good finish, picks up a couple of points, I think this horse will be in it. So definitely a player. Look, the last time out, went wire to wire. We got Jose Ortiz. Horse has a 5 furlong bullet workout once again. You've heard me say it a million times. I don't care about the times. I care about the spacing of the workout. You got March 29th, and you got the 22nd. And there you go. Nice little 7 days difference there, and then you got the first. Now there was March 1st. Yeah, March 1st. That's a big difference. There's 21 days there gap. So I'm questioning that right there. What happened there? Sometimes it's nothing major. Like it could be a horse had a fever, had to take the horse off of the plan for a week or something like that, or just little minor cuts and bruises. You never know. So in this race, I still think this horse has definitely got a shot, but not as the top performer. Now, we'll go to the number 5, which is East Avenue. Ever since the Breeders' Cup, this horse hasn't done much. Futurity went to Breeders' Cup, FanDuel, Juvenile. He just didn't do anything there because he won his first 2 races so impressive. They were just saying this is the next best thing to slice bread. And then in the Juvenile, the horse broke bad. Okay, so throw that race out. And then the horse just didn't have it in the next race in the Rising Star. And it went off as the favorite. I don't know what they got to do here. They're putting the blinkers on, trying to get him more focused. Maybe he is one of those goofy type that just looks around all the time. That does happen. Even when they're royally bred, sometimes that would happen. And sometimes you just got to cut them. But right now, this horse is on the wrong path to success. He's got to turn it around, and that's why the blinkers. So they're trying something new, trying to get a little more oomph out of East Avenue. So, but for me, I say good luck. Chancellor McPatrick. This is another horse. This is another horse right here, I believe, is a top player, top dog here in this race. You got Pratt and Brown. Combo, which is 27% wins. Last time out, he finished second against the Owen Almighty. Didn't do well in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile against Citizen Bull, but hey, that's the way it is. The horse before that did very well. So this horse might be turning around, going the right direction here. Probably needed that last race, that Tampa Bay Derby. Most likely needed that race. So major player in this race. Just got to, in my opinion, just have to beat the number 1 horse. So this horse has to win, I believe, or come in second to get some Kentucky Derby points. Of course, a win would put him in for sure. So I like the 1-6. I think it's a 2-horse race, in my opinion, right now in this race. The 7, once again, this horse needs to pick up a lot to compete against these type of horses. Last time out, the horse didn't do anything whatsoever to even semi-impress me. The one before that did impress me a little bit, but then, this is what you're supposed to be doing. If you're going to start getting in these type of races, you're going to have to gradually impress. You don't have to win them all. Remember, you don't have to, but you got to impress. And right now, he's not impressing. He needs to really turn it around. So I'm going to take a major pass on Admiral Dennis, the 7-horse here. So it's only a 7-horse field for the Bluegrass. A little disappointed in that, but like I said, at the Wood, we got definitely a full field there. So at least you got one race with a full field. Let's see how Raceland sees this race panning out. And here we go. Beginning of the race, they see 1, 2, 4 in the early stages, and they see the 4, 6 with the 1, 2 behind it, in the middle stages. I think the 1 will be sitting probably second or third at most, and I think the 6 will be doing the same thing. I think the 4 will be out in front, but I think the 1 and 6 will start getting closer to the 4 going around the turn for home. Now, remember, you got to be a stalker or a front runner most of the time. There is always exceptions to every rule. You get to come from behind her at Keeneland, but you got to be a special one. And I think you just got some nice stalkers in here with the 1 and the 6 going up against that 4, which is most likely the speed. They have the 1 at 50% chance of winning. I agree. 6 at 26. I agree. And then they have the 4, third at 10%. I agree. And then their 4th horse, they have 5, but I have the 3. So there's a difference right there. So that's what we got going at that show. You want to know my probable factors here for Keeneland? Speed and class are both at 4. Form at 5, and distance, jockey, trainer, pace are all at 4. Then you got the trainer at 5, and then track at 4, angles and track condition at 3. Why the track condition is different from the turf one? Because turf is a little different there. The main track here, and if the horse don't like off going, they're not going to like Keeneland. It's just simple as that. All right. So, and then our odds, they have the 1 should be even money, 5-2. I have a feeling they're going to be right. It's probably going to be even money. The 6, 5-2, and the 7-2. I have a feeling they're going to be right, or maybe a little less. That's how I see it. And now we're going to go and see what I'm going to play for a pick 5 here. It's a tough pick 5, I must admit. Very tough. So I'm going to play, an interesting pick 5 here. Here we go. Pick 5 starts in race number 6. And race number 6, I like the 2-1-8-4. That's how I pick them. I'm doing a try 2-1 over the 2-1-8-4-10, and then over the all. Now, the pick 5. In leg number 1, which is race 6, I'm going 2-1-8-4-10-6. So there you have it. I see a wide open race. I'm going to bet it like a wide open race. 6 horses. Then race 7, 2, 6, 5, 10 is my picks. I'm playing exacta 2 over the 6, 5. But in the leg number 2 in my pick 5, I'm going 2, 6, 5. I'm taking 3 horses there. Leg number 3, which is the 8th race, I'm going 6, 8, just 2 horses there. That race, I'm a little scared. I would like to put a 3rd or a 4th one in there, but we got to have to make a stance to keep this ticket under 200, and we got to do our best to try to do that, so we could try to make the most out of our play. Now, the 4th leg, which is race 9, we covered that race, the turf, 5.5 furlongs. I got the 10, 6, 5, 8, 3 in that leg. I took 5 horses. You're right. Then I told you in the bluegrass, I really like 1 horse, but I do believe a 2nd horse does have a shot. Chancellor McPatrick, which is the 6th, and River Thymes is the 1. So I'm going 1, 6, another 2 horses. Okay. So we're going to try to get out of this. And with those open up races, try to get some prices in there. And that'd be very nice. So in the 8th race, we're going to finish it on my card. The pick 5 part of the card, 6, 8, 7, 4, and I'm going to do an exacta 6 over the 8. And then the 9th race, I like 10, 6, 5, 8. I'm doing a try 10, 6 over the 10, 6, 5, 8, 3, and over the 10, 6, 5, 8, 3 again on the bottom part. Race number 10, I like 1, 6, 4, 3. I'm doing exacta 1, 6, and I'm doing a win on that one if it's not super low odds. So there you have it. That's what I have. It's an interesting day at Keeneland. It's going to be tough, and then now it's more interesting because it's on a Tuesday. So a lot of people out there are going to be at work. They can't go to the track. The ones that I really want to go. I have a feeling a lot of people are going to be playing hooky at work on Tuesday. You all know who you are out there. I know a couple of you. I have a feeling you're going to be playing hooky. Other than that, let's go out there and get some winners. I want to just see everyone in the winner circle. Let's cash in that pick 5. If you have any questions, once again, please shoot me an email. Some of these people that get on there and they just troll and they just talk BS about nothing. Well, get on, send me some questions that I can answer. Don't just sit there and say, oh, you guys don't do this or you don't do that. Well, then what's your answer to that? Let's get it all ironed out. Anyway, go out there and get some winners. And until then,
himself, Frankie Dettori. Ciao, Frankie. Tutto a posto.
Tutto a posto. Yes, that's a good start. So you haven't lost your Italian.
You're watching Past the Wire TV, presented by Am Wager.
Tracking trips at Past the Wire. There is no better time than now to join and ride with this clan. We'll be your second set of expert trained eyes. We ain't gonna buy you a fish. Sure, we'll give you some, but more importantly, we'll show you how to fish and make you a better. CAWs, sharks in the water, no problem. We'll go against anybody, and we have the track record to prove it. Big days, big pools, and select days all year long. Well, I'll play them all. Looking for an ace? You're in the right place. Want to find that diamond? Be with us. Want to know more? Just ask a member or visit us at pastthewire.com and check out the Tracking Trips page. Nobody does it better.
And here's Tama in the final stages. The Santa Anita Derby goes to Tama. It's Tama, absolutely terrific, winning Malibu by 4 widening lengths.
older you get, the better you get. Unless you're a banana.
It's The Wire TV, your #1 source for horse racing news and interviews, handicapping analysis, betting insights, and more. Past the Wire TV covers the biggest races at the best tracks.
Garnet and Luis Saez to win the Belmonte Stakes at Saratoga.
The Grey Wizard is absolutely flying. Champagne won. The Grey Wizard. Oh, it's very close. Leave it to the judge.
Like, share, and subscribe to Past the Wire TV. Nobody does it better.
Blood. That makes you related. Loyalty. That makes you family. Nobody does it better.